I joined Accor in February 2020, and my scope has evolved quite a bit since then. I'm today in charge of an entity that we call Digital Business and Tech, but initially I joined to run the product and the innovation team for the group. This team were really in charge of driving the digital transformation of Accor. Back then, Accor has just finished its transformation of asset heavy to asset light, and technology was coming at the center of everything we're about to do, and that's why they needed to have this impulsion around transformation. A few years later, actually 2021, I created an entity called the Digital Factory for the group. And the idea was to gather under the same roof all the expertise around digital and tech for Accor. So product managers, engineers, data scientists, designer. And so we created this entity with the goal of delivering the best digital experiences for our guests, for our hotels and for our owners. In 2022, the group reorganized around two divisions, Premium, Mid-Scale and Economy, and Luxury and Lifestyle division. As part of this transformation, we decided to keep a common set of functions for all these divisions. The Digital Factory was one of them, but we added to my scope business functions such as loyalty, our whole program, e-commerce, and everything related to distribution and customer service. And then a bit later, 2024, June to be specific, this is where we created my current scope, business, digital and tech teams, where I added to my existing scope all the tech functions happening in the hotel, so tech for the hotels, data center management, cyber security, support to hotel, as well as everything related to corporate IT, HR system, finance system, and so on. I joined the group in 2020 for multiple reasons. The first one is it's a group with fantastic values. The human is at the center, the generosity of the group, everything related to ESG was something very, very attractive to me. The second part is that it's a group with a fantastic portfolio of brands. We go from super eco to ultra luxe. We are across 110 countries. We have hotels, restaurants, boats, soon to be launched, trains, entertainment. And so this vast scope was super interesting to me as a playground for transformation and also for driving business, guest experiences. And the third one, I mentioned actually transformation. I have a very strong background in large transformation, and the group finishing its asset heavy transition to asset light. Now was the time for me to bring value through my transformation expertise around business, digital and tech. And this is what I came and what I say. Transformation at a large scale is always a question of culture and human. At the end, we're talking about technology, business, but really what matters the most is the culture that you manage to put in place to make it happen. By culture, what do I mean? It's first customer culture. So you need to be obsessed by making your customer happy, to answer their needs, to listen to their requirements, to their feedback, and that's super, super important, even for functions that are not always customer facing. The second one is about business focus. You don't want to do technology just for the sake of technology. You want to do technology to move the needles in terms of business for Accor, but most importantly for the hotel owners who are trusting Accor to make business in their hotels. The third one is about the culture of agility. Agility in the sense of moving fast, taking risk. It's okay to fail. It's okay to fail fast, to learn from it, to try. The world is changing so quickly. There is so much ambiguity that you need to be able to embrace that and to be fast and also curious, because if you want to make mistake, if you make mistake, it's because in the first time you're trying and testing things, right? And the fourth one is about people. Again, we're talking technology, but behind the scene, it's a lot of people. The technology landscape, actually, when it comes to talent, is very competitive. So you need to be able to attract the right people, the best people you can have. You need to make them feel like they have a mission that they can rely to, they want to stay, and that part is also super important. So combining all these elements of culture is key for this transformation. I would add to that the fact that you need to do it at scale. That's often the challenging part. It is a large group. Just my team, we're talking 4,500 people in 38 countries. So you need to be able to bring this scale while acknowledging the specificities of your various businesses, regions, brands, segments, and so on. So a lot of it is also about combining scale and specificities of your various businesses. I'm super lucky to be responsible for our loyalty program in the group, so Accor Live Limitless, all. It's a fairly new program. Actually, this year is our 5th anniversary. The program was launched December 2019, and since then we've been a very strong acceleration. We have now around 90 million members across the globe. It's one of the programs that has won the most awards from guests and hotels, and we're super proud of that. What I think differentiates the program from other programs in the industry, first of all, the footprint of the program, in terms of geographies, in terms of segment, brands, portfolio. This is really, really unique, and there is no program that covers such a number of segments and geographies. The second one, it's about the ecosystem of the program. It's not called All by accident. There was a promise behind it, and there is still this promise of what we call augmented hospitality. We're providing to our guests much more than just a hotel room or a restaurant. The program has airlines, mobility partners, bank, retailers. We even launched last week in the US the opportunity for our guests to pay their rent with all points. So we really have this promise of having a super large ecosystem that we can use on a day-to-day basis. And this provides obviously a lot of value to our guests, but also to our owners, because they are able to attract guests that have more frequent interaction with us as a company, but as well as with the hotels. And the last one, I think, is this program is very much aligned with the values of the group. We have a group who put ESG at the forefront of everything we do, and we've put these values behind all. So it's a program that is generous, that cares for the environment, for the planet, for the society. We're using it actually to push our guests to act positively towards this environment. So typically we have in the program some reward systems, for instance for guests who decide to skip the clean of their room. That's a way to reward and push the right behaviors. We also have partners included in the program that are also there to help our guests take the move. Typically, we made a large partnership with a company called Captain Cause, where our guests can pick a foundation, an association that they care about, and do some donations with the program to push this association and these causes. And we have a lot more in the pipe. This is actually just the beginning of the journey, but this is really something that we want all as a program to convey to our guests and our owners. In terms of next step for the transformation, first of all, it's interesting to say that a transformation never really stops. Actually, what I'm trying to push my teams and the group to do is to be in this continuous improvement mode where we always try to do better, to go beyond including the guest and the owner expectation, because there is so much more we can do. We made a lot of progress if we try to measure it through different lenses. First of all, business. The business impact of this transformation has been tremendous. When we look at the growth of our program, we had never recruited that many members in a year than we did this year. So we are close to 10 million new members just for this year. The share of business they bring into our hotel is also massive. Most of our guests stay 2 or 3 times more often than any other guest in our hotel. They bring 10% more business per night, so meaning they spend more with the hotel. So these are strong business KPIs that prove that the transformation we started is working. Second, in terms of guests, users, customer, owners, we also strongly look at the satisfaction, the usage, and that's also a KPI of success for us. If we see that our users, our customers are delighted with what we do, it means that the transformation is working. And so if you look at our websites, for instance, our app and so on, we have stellar rankings, stellar ratings from our guests, and this is also a very large pride. And third is the people. I mentioned it earlier, the ability to attract the best, to retain them, to have them grow over time is super important. My team has among the highest satisfaction rate, engagement rate of the group. We have very little attrition. We are able to attract very strong talent, including in technology, despite not being a tech company, so that's also a huge element of pride and success. Then what's next? Obviously, this is the beginning of the journey. We've done a lot on our system, so we changed our website, our app, our CRM, our data platform, our loyalty platform. We're now in the process of changing our CRS. We announced it very recently with this large partnership with Amadeus. This is a big piece that we need to tackle. There is a lot more partnership and experiences that we're going to add to the program as well, to have him grow over time, more distribution channels that we're going to open up. So again, so much more. I can also mention, by the way, AI. It's difficult not to mention it. This is a super powerful thing that we have in our hands to drive more business again, more powerful technology. So that's also something that we're going to continue embracing. We've already started, but we're just going to continue doing so.